What if I told you that right now, today, you could be driving a car with massage leather seats, panoramic sunroof, adaptive suspension, and a twin turbo engine for less than $20,000? No, I'm not talking about a Camry with a nice trim package. I'm talking about German luxury cars: BMW, Mercedes, Audi, Porsche. These are cars that rolled off the lot at 50, 60, sometimes $90,000 that are now sitting on used car lots and in people's driveways, bleeding value, just waiting for a smart buyer to scoop them up. Depreciation is the dirty secret the wealthy don't want you to know about. Stick around because we're ranking the absolute best used German luxury cars you can buy for under 20 grand. We'll cover what makes each one special, what to watch out for, and which one is the ultimate bang for your buck. So let's get right into it. So quick bit of context before the rankings. Like, why do German luxury cars lose value so fast? There's three reasons. First, options and trim levels. These cars are loaded with tech, and buyers of new luxury cars want the latest all the time. The moment that a new model year drops, the old one looks dated. Second, the perceived maintenance costs. Right or wrong, people are scared of out-of-warranty German cars, and that fear tanks resale prices. And here's the thing, that fear is sometimes justified, which is exactly why I will be flagging the known issues on every car that I rank. Third, lease returns. The majority of German luxury cars are leased, not bought. When those leases end, the market gets flooded with near mint, low mileage examples, which is driving prices down even further. The result is a phenomenal opportunity for buyers who do their homework. So here's how we're ranking these: value for money, driving experience, reliability, reputation, and the overall wow factor you get for the price. So let's count it down. At number 7, we have the Audi A8. Honestly, the only reason it's at the bottom is the maintenance complexity. This is a full-size luxury flagship. We're talking air suspension, quattro all-wheel drive, a massive 4-liter twin-turbo V8 in the higher trims, a cabin that rivals the best in the world, and an amazing ride quality. You can find clean examples under 20 grand all day long. Cars that were $60,000, $70,000 new. The catch? The air suspension is expensive to repair. The electrical system is complex. And if you're buying one, you want full service history and a pre-purchase inspection from an Audi specialist. These are all non-negotiable. The best buy out of these is the 3-liter supercharged V6 Premium Plus. This is the sweet spot of performance and slightly lower running costs than the V8. At number 6, we have the BMW 6 Series Gran Coupe. This thing is completely underrated. It's got 4 doors, a long sweeping roofline, and looks that make people do double takes at stoplights. This thing looks like a concept car. Under 20 grand, it feels like a steal. The 640i with the turbocharged inline 6 is the one to get. It's smooth, refined, and capable of genuine excitement when you put your foot down. The interior is classic BMW luxury, driver focus, high quality materials, and a genuinely great infotainment system for its time. Some of the N55 engines have high pressure fuel pump issues. The rear tires wear quickly because of the wide rubber. These are thirsty for gas. But the sheer presence of this car for the price is unmatched. If I was shopping one of these, I would get a 640i Gran Coupe with the sport package, 2015 or newer for the updated iDrive system. At number 5, we have arguably the most sensible car on this list, the W212 Mercedes E-Class. If you want German luxury with the most livable daily driver experience, this is your car. It's elegant without being flashy, comfortable without being numb, and it's refined in a way that makes every commute feel like business class flight. The E350 BlueTech diesel is a cult classic. If you can find one, the fuel economy is borderline absurd and the torque is crazy. The E350 gasoline is silky smooth, and the E63 AMG, that's a whole different conversation. It's got 550 horsepower, a sedan body, and it's a complete sleeper. Now, known issues on these, the early models, you definitely want to watch out for rust, especially if you live in the Salt Belt area. The air suspension on the 4MATIC can develop leaks. Inspect the engine bay for any oil seepage. But overall, The W212 is one of the most dependable, least dramatic German cars you can buy used. That's why it's on this list. If I was shopping for one, I would look for a 2014 to 2016 E350 Sport. This is post facelift. They come before a lot of the complexity. At number 4, we have the 2011 to 2018 Porsche Cayenne. Yes, you can absolutely get a Cayenne for under 20 grand. Now, the Cayenne at this price point does require the most diligent buyer on this list, but the reward is you're driving a Porsche. This is an SUV that can genuinely carve corners with a brand reputation built on performance engineering. The Cayenne base model with the 3.6 liter V6 is the safest buy. The S and the GTS are tempting, but the V8 costs more to maintain. And the turbo models, look, I love you guys, but please don't buy a used Porsche Cayenne turbo for under $20,000 without a trust fund for repairs. Now here's what to look out for on these. The coolant pipes are a known failure point. They're a relatively cheap fix if they're caught early. The transfer case can also have issues. Always get a pre-purchase inspection. The upside on these, Porsche's build quality is legendary. These cars, when maintained properly, are genuinely reliable. You just have to buy one that's been well cared for. The best ones to get are the 2014 to 2016 Cayenne Base or S with documented Porsche dealer service history. At number 3, we have the F10, the 2011 to 2016 BMW 5 Series. The BMW 5 Series is on every best used luxury car list for a reason. It's the gold standard of the segment, and the F10 generation holds that title proudly. The 535i with the turbocharged inline 6 is one of the greatest all-around cars ever built. It's fast, it handles beautifully, and it has a genuinely driver-focused interior. It offers technology that still feels relevant today. And the value that you get for under $20,000 is insane. The 550i with the twin-turbo V8 is a monster, but it can bring a much larger repair budget when things go wrong. What to look out for on these? The timing chain tensioner on early N55 engines, specifically 2011 to 2012, is a big one. You also want to look for coolant system issues, and like all German cars at this price, full service history is king. At around 2013 to 2014, many of these issues were addressed. A clean 535i with good records might be the best all-around car on this entire list. If it was me buying one, I'd look at a 2013 to 2015 535 xDrive with the cold weather package. Try to get one under 80,000 miles if you can. Number 2 is the most outrageous value on this list. We have the 2007 to 2013 Mercedes-Benz S-Class. This is the W221. When this thing launched, the W221 S-Class set the benchmark for everything. Active suspension, night vision, massaging seats, magic body control, Burmester audio, pre-safe collision technology. I mean, world leaders rode in these. Even A-list celebrities were driving around in these things. And today, you can own one for 15 grand. The S550 with the 5.5 liter V8 is incredible. The S63 AMG is a dream. And even the base S350 BlueTech diesel delivers effortless, near-silent luxury. Here's the honest talk. The W221 is complex. Air suspension repairs can run thousands of dollars. Electrical gremlins are definitely a thing. The ABC suspension on the Sport package is notorious for failing. This is not a car for someone without a good independent Mercedes mechanic and some cash for maintenance. But if you go in with eyes open and you can buy a well-maintained example with full history and you have a budget for maintenance, you are living like the head of state for the price of a used Accord. It's extraordinary. The best buy on these is the 2010 to 2012 S550 4MATIC. These are post-reliability updates and it's pre-depreciation cliff. If I was to buy one of these, I would get a 2010 to 2012 S550 4MATIC. And the number one spot goes to the car that's been winning this argument for 4 decades, the BMW 3 Series. Specifically the F30 generation, 2012 to 2019. And before anyone in the comments say it's not a real 3 Series, let me stop you right there. The F30 is a great car. It handles sharply. It's practical. The interior quality is excellent. And the 328i and the 330i powertrains are smooth, efficient, and genuinely fun to drive. Here's why it's number 1 on this list. It's the German luxury car with the best combination of everything. I mean, relative to everything, it's affordable to maintain. Parts are everywhere. Every independent mechanic knows these cars. The depreciation is dramatic. You can get a loaded 2016 328i for 14 or 15 grand, but the mechanicals are far more straightforward than the flagship models higher on this list. This is the entry point that makes the most sense for most people. It's got great driving dynamics, real luxury features, a badge that commands respect, and running costs that won't terrify you. And if you want to step it up, the 335i with the turbocharged inline six is genuinely thrilling. Just budget for the high pressure fuel pump and water pump at higher mileage. I think there was a recall on the N55 water pumps. I know I did it on my X5, so you can definitely look into that. If I was shopping for one of these today, I would look for a 2015 to 2018 328i or a 330i Sportline under 60,000 miles. If you can, get a certified pre-owned if you can find it. Of course, get a pre-purchase inspection. I'm going to say that on every single car, every single time, especially if you're not mechanically inclined and you don't know what to look for. Always get a pre-purchase inspection. This is the number one car that I would recommend. Here's my final thought. Every single one of these cars will give you an experience that a new $20,000 EconoBox simply cannot touch. The engineering, the materials, the feeling behind the wheel, these cars are built to a standard that most automakers don't even attempt. The key to making this work is simple. Do your homework, get a pre-purchase inspection, check the service history. Find a good independent mechanic if you're not mechanically inclined, and you're going to want somebody that specializes in the brand that you're buying. Horror stories that you hear about used German cars, they almost all start with someone who skipped these steps. Do it right and you'll be driving a legitimate luxury car for a fraction of what your neighbor paid. So what do you guys think? Did I rank these correctly? Drop your take in the comments, and if you want a deep dive video on any single one of these cars, the full ownership experience, maintenance costs, everything, let me know below and I'll make it happen. Subscribe if you haven't already, hit the bell, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm DC5 James. Peace.